Hello, this is Bradley from the College of DuPage. We're studying math together, summer 2020, and this is the final pre-race huddle. The way to get a good mark in this course is not to propose to write me a term paper the week before the course ends on a famous mathematician. This is an inventory listing behaviors that will help you do well in this course. I always preview the material that will be discussed before I go to class. I go over my lecture notes. That means you take notes as soon as possible after lecture to rework them and note problem areas. Often the questions I answer will mirror questions I go over in class. I try to do my homework without using example problems as a guide or copying answers from my notebook. That does mean you do your homework and then you refer back to these as you need to. I regularly go to office hours to discuss problems. I rework all the homework problems before the test or quiz. I spend time studying for this class at least 5 days a week. I make mnemonics or diagrams for myself. I participate in a study group, that's like guided study group, where we do homework and quiz ourselves on the material. I rework all the test and quiz answers before the next class session, and I realize I can still do well even if I've done poorly at the start. It's much better if you start out doing well, however. And the empirical research this professor did indicates that the number of true responses strongly influences the predicted grade. It works, but it's not easy. Pain and gain are more than just clever rhymes. The time to start is now. So when you watch the video, you should have pencil and paper in hand. You are taking notes on these videos. You should be fine with making mistakes because that's what erasers are for. That is the only way you learn. You should pause, rewind, and rewatch the videos as necessary to take good notes and understand the material. People who do well in the Chicago Triathlon, where the swimming happens in Lake Michigan, are those who have trained by swimming in Lake Michigan. People who train by swimming in swimming pools that are heated don't do as well. So you should take a page from their book and realize that on the exams you're not going to be using your calculators and you're not going to be accessing the internet. Train in the water you're going to be swimming in. Support will not be lacking, but you want to know the difference between synchronous and asynchronous, and mandatory and not mandatory. The synchronous activities are going to be office hours. Those will have beginnings and ends, and you have to be there to take advantage of them. The same is true for guided study groups and embedded MAA faculty Zooms, but they're not mandatory. Mandatory are our proctored exams, which will be the midterm and the final. More about them later. And asynchronous, meaning that I will make them and then you will watch them not necessarily at the same time, are the lectures and the Learning Commons, and the Learning Commons tutoring is open a wide range of hours, and you can partake of them also in an asynchronous manner. Support will not be lacking. The toughest race, in my opinion, in high school track and field is the 880-yard dash, or as we say this today, the 800 meters. And the reason is it's too long for it to be truly a sprint, but it's too short for it to be a distance race. Well, that makes me think of how it is during the summer, because we're going to be going hard for 8 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 weeks. Too long for a sprint and too short for a distance run. In closing, now more than ever, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math. It will make you strong. And now more than ever, take care of yourself and of each other. May God bless.